Something for everyone sort of a day around the country today.
Some very sunny spots in the north with the south copping most of the extremes, Karen.
Yep, a good dumping of snow on the Otago ski fields, some heavy rain in the west and strong winds to boot. In fact, it was almost storm force at Lake Tekapo today, with reports of the nor'wester averaging 100 k's at time. Now, you can usually see the reflections of the mountains in the still waters, but not today. And that strong, gusty nor'wester produced some very warm temperatures in the east of the South Island too. We had Ashburton climbing up to a massive 20 degrees, very spring-like, and that was the national high. We had 16 for Oamaru and Kaikoura, and 18 down there in Christchurch. 14 for Blenheim, Wellington and Kapiti, a pleasant 17 in the Bay Cities and Gisborne. Hamilton also peaked on 17. We had 16 for Auckland and Whangarei, and 18 right up the top in Kaitaia. Now, this is the frontal band that produced all the rain, snow and wind in the south today. It's actually a rather narrow band. All of this cloud down here is actually high orographic.
It'll tickle your chuckle.
I can claim to predict the future. Didn't see that coming, did you, dear? You've been a stupid fool. You cheat, you die.
All new Pure, Wednesday, 8 o'clock on TV3.
In the North Island, Kaitaia hit 18 degrees today, down to 12 in Rotorua. Ashburton was the warmest spot in the country, with 20 degrees, down to 8 in Queenstown. Looking at today's satellite picture, a line of frontal cloud is moving eastwards across the South Island, but is followed by clear skies over the Tasman Sea. By noon tomorrow, the front should move across the North Island. Behind the front, a narrow ridge of high pressure is moving onto the South Island. To the top of the North Island, rain and brisk northerlies at first should gradually ease during the afternoon to showers. 16 in Whangarei, Auckland and Tauranga. Further south, rain in the west at first with strong northerly winds. Some rain spreading east of the ranges, but becoming fine in the afternoon. 16 in Gisborne and Wanganui, 14 in Wellington. To the top of the South Island, occasional showers in the west with southwest winds. Rain clearing east of the ranges, 14 in Nelson, Hokitika and Christchurch. And for the lower South Island, occasional showers in the west and about Southland, becoming fine with light winds elsewhere, 14 in Timaru and Invercargill. Looking ahead to Tuesday, showers in the west and south of both islands and mainly fine in the east. Finally tonight, polar plunges and posing pooches on the last day of Christchurch's Winter Festival. The southern city turned on an unseasonably balmy day for the hardy souls who braved the surf at Sumner. But the warm air temperature only led contestants into a false sense of security about how warm the water actually was. After the midwinter dunking, it was time for some canine capers. Dozens of dogs dressed up for the occasion, some even coaxing their owners into taking part. From pirate pooches to furry fairies, the dog fashion show proved a winning way to wind up the Winter Festival. And that's 3 National News, sport and weather for Sunday the 10th of August. John Hawkesby and the rest of the news team will be back tomorrow night at 6. I'm Hilary Pankhurst. Good evening.